Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Triple Department, in association with IEEE MGR Student Chapter and Academic Staff College of Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute, we welcome everyone for the 5-day FDP program on applications of artificial intelligence in power system. Now, in today's session, I would like to invite Dr. B. Deepa Lakshmi Ma, Associate Professor of Department, Ramco Institute of Technology, Rajapalayam. She will be handling this presentation on artificial intelligence for renewable energy technology. We welcome you, ma'am. So I would request Ms. Shankari ma'am to introduce our resource person of today's session. Shankari ma'am, please.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, one and all present here. It's my pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Deepa Lakshmi. She is presently working as associate professor in the Department of Dr. Deepa Lakshmi is presently working as associate professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Ramco Institute of Technology, Rajapalayam. She has 17 years of teaching experience in reputed engineering colleges. She has completed her BE in the year of 2001 from Manonmaniam Sundaranar University, ME in 2009 from Anna University, and she has completed her PhD in the year of 2017 from Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. She has guided more number of UG projects. She has presented and published papers in national, international conferences and journals. She published Indian and international patents. Her area of interest include renewable energy and image processing. She is a life member of ISTE. Once again, I am welcoming you, madam.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So hope my screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So good morning to one and all present here. And as Madam introduced, I am from Ramco Engineering College. And I thank Dr. MGR Education Research Institute for giving me an opportunity to explain about AI for renewable energy technology. Now I have taken a topic today is monitoring of windmills using image processing and AI-based wind speed estimation, the work I carried out by me in this area. So my overview of the presentation is abstract, objective, why wind energy and what is the need for monitoring, why we need modeling, then wind energy system with fuzzy controller, that image processing based monitoring, how to estimate wind speed and how to monitor wind speed based on image processing, then conclusion. Next, the abstract. So basically what is the need for monitoring is monitoring plays an important role in the generating electrical energy for output power maximization, because if we don't monitor, we couldn't able to find out the efficiency and how well it works, and is there any replacement for any wind turbines or anything that we have to monitor. So the failure of the component in the wind turbine or the generator have significant impact on output power generated. So it is very much required in every location wherever wind turbines are installed. So monitoring increases the operational life. So if we monitor and replace the wind turbine, then it will be used for us to increase the efficiency of the power. Then only you could able to generate more power. Otherwise, if one or two wind turbines are failure, it will not generate much power. And to increase the efficiency of generating power, we are monitoring the wind turbines. So why we need wind speed estimation? To improve the identification using image processing method. So condition monitoring plays a major role and it gives you an optimal solution using feed-forward control and image processing. So this condition monitor will give you prevent breakdown, power outages, and it increases the availability of wind turbine generator. And it gives you a steady state performance and dynamic performance also. It performs comparative analysis of conventional and intelligent controllers for optimal monitoring. So finally, we have to need a validation after testing and training. That may be done fine. What is the need for wind energy? So when compared to other renewable energy sources, wind is very much advantageous because there is it is pollution free and it is easily available, readily available without any free of cost. We can get the wind energy. That is why we prefer wind energy. It is available in abundance. We don't need any technology to receive wind energy. That is why we prefer wind energy. And it is one of the fastest growing renewable energy source. So the generating capability may be increased by applying or by monitoring the wind turbines. Why we need to monitor? So if we don't monitor, as I said earlier, it is very critical. And if you monitor and the final output may be preferable, because if the power output is not up to 100%, there is much transmission, distribution, everything happen, and power demand also takes place. So energy is very, very important nowadays. So how to model the wind energy system with the help of controllers? As we already know, in the control system, PEI and PED controllers plays a major role, and modeling is also used to enable the control of wind turbines performance. It is beneficial to the designers. So I prefer PA and PID controllers. What is about PID and PID controller? It gives a maximum overshoot and settling time, whereas the PID controller gives smaller overshoot, but it has no steady state error due to the integral action done in PID. So it is nothing but proportional, integral, and derivative controller. The conventional block diagram of the controller is the input as error detector, FPI, PID with the wind turbine model with the feedback. So it is a closed loop system. The schematic of the wind system is we have a wind turbine, a gear connected to the DFIG, double effect integration generator with a rotor side. Yes, ma'am.
Are you changing the slide, ma'am? Because
yes,
the slide is not changed.
Yes, ma'am, I'm changing the slides.
The slide is on the first page. Slide. First
okay, I'll share it up.
Now it's in the 12th slide, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Is it correct?
Yeah, yeah. So, ma'am, can you press F5 now so that it's full screen?
Yeah, is it moving, ma'am?
No, it's not moving, ma'am. It's still in the 12th slide.
No? 13? 14?
No, ma'am. No, so still it is in the 12th slide.
Okay, I'll share again. Is it visible now, ma'am?
Yeah, it is in the 12th slide now.
Is it moving now? 13th?
No, ma'am.
14th?
No.
So if I give slideshow, it is not moving.
Yeah, now it is moving to the previous. It is in the 11th slide now.
Yeah, without slideshow, it is showing to you, ma'am. Is it okay, ma'am? Is it visible?
Yeah, now, okay. Yeah, now it is in the 12th slide.
Yes.
Can you make it to full screen, ma'am?
But in full screen, it is not moving yet. I'm moving now.
Okay.
Is it moving?
It is in the 13th slide, ma'am.
Yes, now, ma'am.
Oh, it's not moving.
Yeah, it's not moving in full screen.
Okay, ma'am, you continue now. It's in the 13th slide now.
Okay.
Yeah, now it is in the 15th slide.
Okay, I will present as it is like this without
Yeah.
slides.
Yeah, it's now moving, ma'am. It's in the 12th slide. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Please continue.
Thank you. So the schematic of the wind system is here from the wind turbine to the grid. The connection is here from rotor to grid side converter. And this is the Simulink model what we have seen here and connected using MATLAB. This is the Simulink model. And the parameters we have chosen is a low voltage level, what is the angle of frequency, wind turbine rated power, stator to rotor transmission ratio, rated mechanical speed, mutual inductance, stator resistance, and over resistance. These are all the parameters considered for simulation. And this is the design of PA-PAD controller for this wind turbine. So the same for modeling of wind energy using fuzzy controller. Now, why do we go for fuzzy? When compared to the artificial neural network, we have fuzzy controller. It is cheaper to develop. It covers a wide range of operating conditions and is readily customizable in natural language terms. We can give more language terms what we could able to understand. Others can also able to understand. And the block diagram of the fuzzy logic. So from the reference fuzzy controller and to the wind turbine with the closed loop system. What is the block diagram here? We considered is from starting from the input specification, then rule base we have to apply, then the decision making based on the rule base and specification, then finally we add this specification and give it to the output. And circuit design of the Simulink model using fuzzy control. So if you see, we have used modeling of the fuzzy logic controller for reactive power and DC link voltage. We have connected in the using the fuzzy toolbox with reactive power and DC. And this is using Mamdani. And the output we are getting in the input variable is in this way. If you run this, you will be getting the screen. And we have considered, as I told earlier, we can consider the conditions what I could able to apply. And this is about rule base for active, reactive, and DC voltage fuzzy controller. If it is not, if it is 0, it is. The simulation results, if you run this simulation is the grid voltage I am getting and the stator voltage, stator current, the rotor current, what is the active power and reactive power, and what is the wind speed. Then source voltage and rotor speed. Here we have using Mamdani and Sujuna for triangular function, sigmoidal function, trapezoidal function, and Gaussian function. So finally, we are finding out the harmonic distortion also using the formula root of the square of all the voltages divided by V1. And the output, if I plot, the power generated is in this much and the rotor current. For grid voltage, stator current and stator voltage for us total harmonic distortion. So finally, if I compare with Mamdani and Sujuna for fuzzy logic controller and the types of conventional controller, what I use is PI, PD and PAD. And the total of dispersion for controller, PA controller is 10.5 and then 12.28 for PD and it is 11.4 for PAD. So this is the comparison I made it and I come to a conclusion with the conventional control. Then how to monitor using image processing. What is the need for image processing? So as in the previous research, image processing, if it is not there, it is very tough to identify and get the sample. So we are using image processing to represent the different types of cells by structure properties, to distinguish between the alive cells and dead cells, and many scientific fields also it is using. In nowadays, it is very much useful in engineering field also. And it is used in the renewable energy field to develop field calibration technique for aligning wind direction. It is used to monitor the damage of the wind turbine blades also by measuring the bending of the turbine blades. And the videos, how we can able to capture this, we can capture the rotation of the angular frequency of the wind turbine and the blade 6 position. So if you capture the video of the rotation of the wind turbine, you could able to convert that into images. That is using image processing. The video can be split into frames, and then pre-processing includes noise removal, conversion of color image to grayscale image, and then detection to extract our region of interest. So what is the methodology you can follow is image acquisition, pre-processing with noise removal and edge detection, feature extraction from region of interest, feature reduction, then determination of blade sweep and angular velocity. And after identifying the potential windmills, if it is identified, we can move on to the grid integration. Otherwise, again, we have to feed it to the wind turbine with the intelligent controller, and the reference value of the blade sweep and angular frequency should be considered with the actual value. And again, if it is given to the identification decision process, again, then it is yes, then it will move on to grid integration. Otherwise, this process will continue if it is no. So work methodology means we have to first collect the data of the wind turbine, wind speed, and the video of the wind turbine rotation. For simulation, we can go for matrix laboratory, and acquisition of videos of the wind turbine at various angular frequencies and blade sweep positions are happened. The video can be split into frames of the size 123 by 82. So we know already pre-processing includes noise removal first, then converting the color scale to grayscale, then going for edge detection. We could able to identify the shape of the blade, whether it is bending or not, whether it is useful or it can able to replace the turbine blade. So the methodology has been converted block diagram, acquisition of images, and then pre-processing, feature extraction, and then feature reduction, then classification, then angular frequency identification and blade sweep identification. So this is the image that has been acquired from the sample video, and from that we have been split into images from video to images. So pre-processing includes, I told you already, conversion of color image to grayscale, and the intensity is obtained in all the three planes, both all the three means R, G, B, and B plane. The histogram analysis also used to identify the plane which contains useful information. From the histogram analysis, we can say that G plane has the wide dynamic range and the peak signal to noise ratio value is high, and you can see the output. So the data I have captured from Kayathar windmill, and National Institute of Wind Energy established the wind turbines in Kayathar, Thoothukudi district it is located, and they are 20 years old with 9 by 200 kilowatt and 1 by 600 kilowatt unit and 1 by 2000 kilowatt unit. And NIW means National Institute of Wind Energy owned R&D infrastructure machines at Kayathar also. And it includes the first generation wind energy and the latest generation also. The turbine they used is Suslan, and its nominal power is 30,000 kilowatt. So corresponding to the capture video, the angular frequency during the video is for first video, second video, and third video is taken here for testing. And the blade sweeping also we have taken. So histogram is used to identify the plane which contains most useful information, and noise removal also we can do using filter. I have considered 3 filters here: mean filter, median filter, and maximum filter. So if you see all the histogram analysis in the 3 planes, you can see R plane, G plane, and P plane with its value of count, standard deviation, mean, minimum, maximum, and mode. So which gives useful information in that image. So from this, we can observe that R plane and G plane gives a wide dynamic range when compared to this B plane. So whatever may be the videos or audio we are getting, it will definitely have noise. So remove that noise, and if we have to find out peak signal to noise ratio, I have considered some filters. So here I include mean, median, and maximum filters, and after comparison, I conclude that median filter is highly recommended. So if you see here, based on median filter, mean filter, and maximum filter, which gives you more accurate result is median filter. It removes all the noises. and its peak signal to noise ratio is 62.33 when compared to mean filter and maximum filter. Next process is edge reduction, and the edge reduction is done to extract the portion of the blades in the wind turbine. So the type of mask here I have considered is Sobel mask. So if you see, you can see the difference after edge reduction. I am getting the exact wind turbine position. Feature extraction and reduction. So if you don't extract the features, we could not able to identify and calculate the values of the blade sweep and all. So here features are the basic patterns that appears repeatedly in the image. The feature may be extracted it varies based on the type of the image and its application. So features here includes mean, blade sweep, standard deviation, mode, centroid, perimeter, minimum and maximum intensity, etc. The extracted features here has been reduced using support vector machine for improving the classification efficiency. So if you see the parameters here, area, mean, standard deviation, mode, and if you see how the features has been extracted here, you can see all the parameters. This is the output I have got. So ranking of the features based on this features I have ranked as first is perimeter, then area, then minimum intensity, median, and finally mean. Then if you train that data, this is using BPA, back propagation algorithm I have used, and this is about the estimation of angular frequency, how the original is being target output and the BPA estimated output is in blue color. So you can see how much it is accurate. And this is estimation of blade sweep with the target output. Target output is in red color and BPA estimate output is in blue color. And then here for angular frequency, a mean square error, MSE means mean square error. Here and classification efficiency for blade sweep and the mean square error for blade sweep. This is for angular frequency and this is for blade sweep. So based on this diagram, we conclude that the potential minimals are identified based on BPA backpropagation algorithm, and the efficiency we could able to monitor is 94.1%. Then that turbine is working in a good way. So next we have to consider is wind speed estimation, how to estimate the wind speed. What is the need for the estimation? So whatever the turbine is running and in how fast the turbine is running is nothing but wind speed, and we have to consider whether the speed is in a normal way, whether the turbine is rotating in equal speed or any turbine is rotating in a slower speed. That we need to monitor and estimate. So wind speed is non-linear fluctuation, so forecasting is very, very difficult. So if you see the wind turbine rotating with the blades, you could not say that which turbine is working properly and which is not. So the technique of solving this non-linear problem is ANN, artificial neural network. So to predict the wind speed, we can adopt artificial neural network. Why we go for ANN? What is the use for ANN? ANN is an alternative way to tackle non-linear different problems, and it provides good mapping. That is, it can map input patterns with the associated patterns. Parallel processing is possible in ANN. It is robust and it gives a generalization, and that it can predict new outcomes from past trends. The learning ability is good in ANN. The various applications of ANN are control system, robotics, pattern recognition, forecasting in medicine field, power system, vast area it covers. So we are going for ANN. Particularly, it is using system model like implementing complex mappings and system identification. And this is the architecture of the ANN. We have the input layer, hidden layer with weights and the output. And here in the input layer, we have to consider what are all the parameters I can give as input. Here I consider minimum wind speed, maximum wind speed, average wind speed and wind speed deviation in the input layer. So based on our consideration, we can consider these weights, and then this is your hidden layer with the weights and a final estimated optimal wind speed. It will give the output. So you can collect data from the windmill anywhere with wind speed minimum how much and what is the maximum wind speed, what is the average and what is the deviation. So these data, like this data here, I have given sample only. We can use n number of data to train and test to get the final wind speed estimation. So how to estimate the wind speed? The process is data collection for training, then do normalization and give the selection of suitable ANN architecture, then estimate the wind speed. So minimum wind speed we have given in the input layer, maximum wind speed, average wind speed and wind speed deviation as the input to the ANN network. I will get the optimal wind speed output. So if I measure the wind speed estimation by VPA and general regression neural network, you can see here the output wind speed, how it looks like. And here, you can see the maximum value, what it achieves. So this is the screenshot of the training process, what I have given as the with the wind data with speed, low speed, high speed, average and all. And from this output, we can say that this prediction can be very much useful for the energy planners and wind farm owners. And moreover, this prediction of this speed is needed for inventorying wind energy studies in advance. So you can say you can get a monthly data, or they are having all the data in the wind farms, daily data, hourly basic data, and day-wise data or monthly-wise data. Whichever option you go for, you can get the data from the wind energy farms. Next, wind speed estimation based on image processing. So as we have seen earlier, image acquisition, pre-processing, feature extraction, reduction, and the determination of actual blade sweep and velocity. Then you can identify if it is yes, it is going for integration. If not, again, it is being fed to the wind turbine and intelligent fussy controller it is using. Then we have to compare the reference with the actual value. Again, then it is moving on to determination of blade speed. If it is okay with the identification, it is given to the grid integration. Otherwise, the process will continue. If it is no comparison, then intelligent controller, fussy controller to the wind turbine, again taking the measurable of blade sweep and angular velocity of the blades. So this is the output by estimation of back propagation algorithm for angular frequency and blade sweep using wind speed. So comparison of the power coefficient. This is power coefficient based on blade sweep and angular velocity. And this is when compared with the wind speed estimation. Here it is used for plotting using variable distribution. And this is how the output you are getting, what is the probability to get it. And I have compared the variable probability analysis with the image processing based AI estimation. And here, what is the success? 0.4. Here, the success is 0.941. The failure 0.5. And here, the failure is 0.058. Correctly classified as 43. And here, in image processing based estimation is 94.1. And misclassified 56, misclassified only 5. So, we are comparing and telling that image processing gives more accurate result when compared to variable. So here, the lowest value of the mean square error of 0.099 is achieved around 50 iterations of training process. So the probability of the efficient classification is found to be 0.9. This is the success when we compare with variable probability analysis with image processing based estimation. So from this, I could able to identify that the classification efficiency using this image processing based training is 96.1%. And the summary of this work carried out is modeling is done for the wind turbine using W-fed induction generator, the various control strategies using PI, PD, PID and fussy controllers are incorporated, it is also inferred that the fussy controller offers optimal control with least value of error, and the wind speed prediction is done using ANN trained with BPA. So the images of the windmills are captured for various blade sweep and angular velocities. These images are processed using image processing techniques for identification of the potential windmills. So based on the predicted wind speed, blade sweep and angular velocities, with the new control strategies evolved to increase the output power from windmills. So I have collectively used many titles to estimate the wind turbine efficiency with the blade sweep of the wind turbine, whether there is any bending or not by this PID controllers of energy system. And then the next is with fussy controller, I have calculated and then I have gone for the estimation based on the image processing. Next is wind speed estimation. Excuse me. So the need for wind speed estimation. Next, image processing based monitoring of windmills using wind speed estimation. So I gained more experience in this MATLAB using this wind speed data. And if you process the videos and take the images with frames and use it for the MATLAB training, it is giving very accurate result that can be seen here. So 96% efficiency I have got here. So, and I will show you the papers I have published in this.
So any questions from the participants? I have a doubt. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Like you have told, I mean, you have told that you have captured the videos. So like practically, how did you do it, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I visited Kayathar and corrected the videos from them. And with that videos, currently they are taking the videos daily because daily they cannot go in person and monitor the turbine efficiency. So they have fixed the videos in different aspects and they are collecting the videos of the turbine. So in person, I went there for many times and they have given the videos to accept, and usually they are not giving for it. And if we go and ask for any research purpose, they are definitely encouraging us and giving the data. So with that data, I have taken the images and the wind speed data also. And I visited RLY also to collect the data. And 2 places I visited and I have interacted with the persons, how they are monitoring, estimating, and based on their input only, I have done this type of work.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the participants? So thank you very much, ma'am, for spending your valuable knowledge to us. So you started with the introduction and modeling of the wind turbine using PID controller and fuzzy logic, and you have implemented the fuzzy logic, and then you have compared the fuzzy logic and the conventional controllers like PID based on the total harmonic distortion, and then you went through the need of the ANN and the image processing by capturing the images of the wind turbines based on that you have monitored using various estimation methods, and you have done a comparative analysis of the conventional method and the image processing estimation methods. So I hope we have got a knowledge on how to implement the artificial intelligence in our renewable, especially in wind turbines. So thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing your knowledge. So on behalf of Triple Department, so we thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamta.
Thank you very much. So the feedback link will be posted in the chat box for today's event. So we request all the participants to submit the feedback.